Hello, everyone. Just getting everything warmed up and rolling. Hi, No Name, Paul, Parker, BMC, Feisty. Thank you so much for already becoming a member. I appreciate that a lot. Just got started and already have a brand new member. I appreciate that. All right, let's get the next one rolling. Hello, goodbye. Yeah, so far so good, Tigran. Hi, Shannon. Hey, Ryu. Doing my final edits on... Oh my gosh, don't take me all the way over there. Yes, I want that many. There we go. Okay, all of the stuff is rolling now. Now, one more thing to do. Or maybe not. Oh, dang. Well, that'll do it. Okay. Hey, Chris. Hey, Dawn. There we go. Settings change. Change the settings. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Dun, 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 dun. Boop. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Looking at the screen. Oh, I do love the baby dragon. That one is so cute. You know what it was going to be? Oh, that's awesome, Chris. Thank you, Olive. I appreciate you. Oh, well, thank you, No Name, for also becoming a member over on the Yube of Tubes. Sorry, I have to talk in code because TikTok is a sensitive little creature. And I didn't have all of my stuff started yet, so I didn't see all of the chats yet. Thanks, Anne. Hello, everybody. Yes, W Olives in the chat. Danny, hello. Bishop, hi. We're up and running. Yeah, it's quite possible that it was a gifted sub, guys. I do love those. Those are like the best ones. But it's awesome that you guys are choosing to renew it on your own. And okay, Bishop, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And yes, definitely hugs. And then hi 777. I can't read your username out loud. It might actually make TikTok upsetty spaghetti. Thank you, Matt. Exactly, Jean. So we had No Name in the other chat. John, Jaybird, Ruby, Leonardo, Red, J, Steven, and Ruby. Hello, guys. Trying to keep up with all the chats. It's always fun to try to do. It's not always, like, the easiest thing to do. Everything's looking okay as far as the setup over here. Hey, Blacktivist. No worries. No worries, guys. Oh, gosh, this new super fan thing is very interesting. It is very interesting for sure. People just don't get the joke, do they? You just figured out how to send a heart me, Dagger? Wow. Well, thank you for being here, Dagger. I love it how somebody... So, over on the Red app, I posted a new video that everyone on TikTok will see in about an hour and a half. And what I find funny is that somebody literally commented on it with, who cares? Like, exactly. I don't know why Trumpy cares about the issue that I just posted about. Is it? I don't know. Are the regular ones there? Thank you, Dawn. So I know, like, I posted in, in the chat or in the Discord server for everyone that's in the agency. Glitter bean. Okay, I'll try to remember that. 777. What I was gonna say? Okay, they're holding a live about specifically about the subscription stuff tomorrow, and I gotta try to listen in tomorrow. Super fans. I'll be very happy if the regular subs stay. Super fans. But, I mean, it can't always happen, so. Alright, let me clickety-click. Hey, that's the good thing about the Red app is you can catch up on any and all lives at any point in time. That is one great thing. That's for sure. It is almost like that because it would be... Oh, that's awesome, Ruby. It's because it's cheaper on other places. It really is. For whatever reason, like, this is what they do, you know? But hey, I don't tell Tiki-Taki what to do. They want to do whatever they want, and then they're weird. It's a true statement. Oof. Last week was definitely a week. All right. Let's see. Well, okay. We'll go ahead and go over some things. There was something that I looked up today that I thought was funny on like a Trump lie. Oh gosh, what was it? It was actually something kind of funny. Oh, guys. Do you want to tell me like where the South Korean deal went to? Can anybody tell me where the deal with South Korea went to? 'Cause that didn't happen. Now Scott Besson is out on national television saying that, oh yeah, we actually never had a deal. They didn't sign anything when they were in the White House. Like, oh, okay. So there wasn't a deal? Or was there never a deal? Basically, Scott Besson was trying to be like, oh my gosh. They were just like, oh my gosh, you know, they got jealous. They got jealous over us making a deal with Japan, which Japan also hasn't signed a deal. So interesting. Oh gosh, and then there was actually a whole other lie that Donald Trump was telling today. Okay. Well, it wasn't today. It was when he met with the president of South Korea, right? Where he was talking about... No, there was never a deal for South Korea. He was actually talking about how Biden somehow made it that South Korea didn't have to pay, or they, like, withdrew from the agreement that's been in place since 2003, where South Korea agreed to pay us some, like, partially fund our military defense forces military armed forces being stationed in South Korea. In fact, it actually went up under Biden's administration. It went up multiple times. Thank you, Moose, for the whale. That's such a pleasant sound in my ear, honestly. It is such a pleasant sound in my ear. Yes, I will put this up for a moment because Bishop is absolutely right. Oh, it's not big enough. That's annoying. Oh, you can read the rest. You guys are so ridiculous. You really, really are. Parkers, I love you. I love you, Parkers. You're the best. It's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I always find it very interesting, all the stuff that I can find out about things. All the truths that are so easy to find.
Damn, I thought I was waiting all day.
Hi,
So
how
how's it
old are
going?
you? How old are you?
How old am I? Old.
Old. What's you gotta give
I'm
me an
almost
eight.
60.
Almost 60.
56 to be exact. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I,
Why are you all
because I
Is that what you
can.
do all day?
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you willing and able to accept that Donald Trump has been lying to you in his current administration today?
What? Are you willing to accept that I wouldn't stick my dick in you because you're a liberal?
Ew. I do not consent. See, that requires consent first, and I did not consent to that. Neither did I consent to that being in my ears. That's a very odd statement. See, you're exactly the reason why I really don't talk to TikTokers anymore because you guys say
Then why?
stupid shit. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And are you supporting Trump?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Hey, what year were you born?
2001.
You're close. Go play a game. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 47.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
Can you turn off the stream in the background?
Oh, I sure can. Hold on.
Thanks.
There you go.
Awesome. And are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you in his current administration?
I don't accept that.
You don't accept that. Okay. So you can't think of any lies that Donald Trump has told ever in his current administration?
No.
Did he end the war in Congo?
I'm not familiar with the war in Congo.
Well, he says he takes credit for ending 7 wars, and he's constantly taking credit for the war in Congo.
I'm not familiar with that topic, so I don't have a view on it.
Okay, so Congo, no view. All right. How about, are you aware that even during Biden's administration, the South Korean government was paying us part of a joint agreement for our military armed forces being stationed in South Korea?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not something that I have
South Korea,
education
okay.
on.
Okay. Well, let's try it this way. I'm sorry. What
You're
what
great.
is something that has you still supporting Trump that you believe he's not lying about? We'll try it that way.
Ask me the question again.
What is something that is a reason for why you're still supporting Trump that you don't think he's lying to you about? We'll try it that way.
Government spending and the fraud
Government spending.
that is sitting in Congress.
What fraud in Congress?
Well, we've had a reroute of funds. We've had over 4,000 Social Security checks that have been going to the unalive, right? We've had debt that's been paid off, to folks that we can't track.
Oh, okay. All right. So which one can you well, actually let's start with this. Can you point me to anyone that's been charged with fraud specifically?
So that's what they're working on, right?
That's what they're working
They're going to
on?
be, yeah, they're going to be, obviously the whole goal is to bring the evidence. But until then, all we know is that the balance sheets don't make sense, right?
The balance sheets don't make sense. And how do we know that? We know that from Doge?
Well, the release of them.
The release of
Absolutely, right?
them?
So as Doge committee went to work, they were releasing, right, the numbers for all of us to see from each institution.
And how old are the individuals from Social Security that are still receiving checks? That are supposedly dead?
Well, no, I couldn't tell you the age of those folks, but I could tell you that the folks were definitely deceased, right? And the funds were being routed to accounts that did not have alive individuals.
Okay. So are you unfamiliar with Social Security survivor benefits?
Absolutely. Those are different, right?
Those are different.
Survivor
Okay.
benefit. Yeah, no. Survivor benefits are given
Yeah.
to the wives or children of.
Hmm.
But again, we're talking about thousands and thousands of folks that were unalive, that had been proven unalive, that were
They've
receiving
been
funds.
proven unalive. Can you point me where the proof is?
Well, that's in their record checks, right? That's
It's in
exactly
their
why
record
they're saying
checks.
correct. Well, when they went back to track, the folks that were currently receiving funds and were not, those individuals, those bank accounts had not had activity, and those funds they were supposed to be receiving to the person with that account were going to other accounts. I mean, and that'll all come out in the long term, right? That's all going to come out in the long term.
Okay, so you're just hoping and praying that it's going to be proven true?
I believe that. I mean, I believe in the government. And I believe in the teams that work. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Gotcha. It's very interesting. So everything that I've ever looked up, and like it's still proven even through today, about the claim that somebody that's 350 years old, because this is what Donald Trump said in front of a joint session of Congress, is that there was a 350-year-old individual receiving Social Security still. He said there was a couple hundred, 250-year-olds, thousands of people over the age of 150 still receiving Social Security checks, and none of this is true. Do you happen to know when the Social Security Administration was first founded?
I don't. But my question is, why are you saying that it's not true? Is there a source
It's
out there that I could look at to be able to authenticate which people were receiving Social Security, or is there a site that's available where we can authenticate the information?
Yeah, so I actually have one. It's from the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. There's one where they actually did a pretty thorough address of all of the claims that Trump made in front of with Elon, right, in front of the joint session of Congress. 150-year-olds aren't getting Social Security. Here's a better task for Doge. It's also been put up on Politico, factcheck.org, Newsweek, AP News, Reuters, BBC, Al Jazeera. Like plenty of news publications have actually looked into it and explained it as well. So the Social Security Administration started in 1935. So even at that point, if somebody was 50-year-old and then we could start collecting Social Security when the first checks went out in 1941. The oldest somebody could be receiving Social Security would be 150 years old. It would be literally impossible for someone to be 250 years old in the system or 350 years old in the system. 350 years old is older than the country. 250 years old is actually older than the country itself.
Correct. And
Yeah.
very intriguing.
Yeah,
I
but
like that.
Donald Trump still said it in front of a joint session of Congress. So can you acknowledge that he's lied to you about that?
I'm gonna have to. I will have to check all of the facts, but I'll definitely do that. I'm a liberal that is all about the issues and not party related. So I certainly would love to look at that. I will definitely do my research.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good to know at least. So let's see. You just mentioned that. What was the other part of the government spending that you were talking about?
Well, then you've got your Department of Education, right? Now that's a dirty dog, right? Because how much money has been being routed through there for, foreign affairs? Then you've got your Department of Foreign Affairs. How much money, right, was shoveled onto that one? And
So
like I said,
DOE money or use to route money to foreign countries?
oh, that was definitely happening, unfortunately. Look at Ukraine, right? I mean, that was just kind of sad.
I can still hear the stream in the background, by the way.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry.
it is a little bit distracting.
Yeah, no worries. I apologize.
Yeah, so what money did they send to Ukraine?
So they were sending Ukraine payments, right, for weapons, and they were putting it under a different budget line, and that was one of the big outcries.
Should be an interesting one. Oh, interesting. Wow. This is always very interesting to find these things. Let's see. Okay. That one doesn't say anything about Ukraine, but can't find anything. Oh, you hung up. Where'd she go? Darn it. I don't often get to speak to a woman Trump voter. Where'd she go? She left me. I was enjoying this. I was enjoying the conversation. Guys, you're tagging my second account in the comments. It's me. It's not the lady that was on the phone. Feel free to follow it though. Oh gosh. I didn't know what to, I've not heard some of this stuff before. But I can't find anything about them funneling money through the Department of Education to Ukraine for weapons. That's a new one. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, okay. Sorry. How old are you?
21.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. How old are you? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yo.
Hi. How old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. And did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what year were you born?
I was born in 2002.
Okay. And so are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell me 3 lies.
I mean, like, he hasn't helped with, like, immigration. I feel like his immigration policies, you know, I don't know.
Like what? How do you mean he
It's
hasn't
kinda
held
like
to his...
shit. And then,
How do you mean he hasn't held to his immigration policies?
I mean, like, I was at Home Depot the other day, and I mean, like, I don't know what's happening with the immigration policies.
Like,
I don't think they're working.
they're not working? What immigration policies?
Ah.
Do you mean like you're not
Everything
seeing
wrong
enough
with-
deportations? Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And like what else? Like that's one lie, I guess. What's the next 2?
Honestly, that's the only thing that like really pisses me off. Everything else
Oh.
is pretty cool. He's a pretty
Okay.
good guy.
All right, man. Well, you don't sound like a real person. So I did disconnect you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Awesome. How old are you?
45.
45. That's great. And are you still supporting Trump?
Yes.
Thank you, Marco. And are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
Well, I'm sure there's some things that he could probably fact check and whatnot, but
Okay.
it's just kind of like anything else. It's open to interpretation.
Open to interpretation?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Interesting.
say.
So is the war in Congo over?
Well, like most callers, we're real. The international politics, the less we involve ourselves, the better. far as we're concerned.
Oh, but Donald Trump is taking credit for ending 7 wars, the war in Congo being one of them. So is the war in Congo over?
It was over before it began, as far as we're concerned, because
As far as we're concerned, I don't. Are you. If I explain to
who are they
you
at
that
war
they're
with?
still
It's
act Rwanda, sir. Specifically, I believe the militia which is funded by and like literally been proven and like that they are funding them. It's funded by the government of Rwanda. Actively killed people just 3 weeks ago. So,
well, whose side are you on? That's my question.
oh, sir, I'm on the side of the truth. The truth is that the war in Congo is still ongoing. Even though Donald Trump has constantly told everybody, and this is not a new thing, right? He's been telling everybody for months now that he's ended all of these wars, including the one between the DRC and the Rwanda. And yet they're still actively being killed, so.
Well, I guess it depends on if it's not an official war. I guess he ended it.
It
because it
is
was
still
over
an
before it
official
began.
war.
Well, it's a war by proxy. You just said that.
No, it is an official war. The Congo never said that their declaration of war ended, so it is still an official war.
Well, the Congo needs to get over there and kick Rwanda's butt. We don't need to be
Oh,
involved.
so more war. Interesting. Okay. So how about his lie when he met with South Korean president, saying that somehow Biden stopped them from assisting in us funding our armed forces being in South Korea?
You know, I have an interesting piece of information on that. Rumor has it that there was actually they invited one of those K-pop bands, and it totally distracted from the meeting. And Trump was really getting into it because he's got good dance moves, and that kind of derailed the whole negotiation.
I didn't bring up a negotiation.
Because all of a sudden he's trying to tell them, come to the table, we want peace, we want to work this out. And then next thing you know, they're like, American, listen to our K-pop. And the whole thing fell off the rails. So
What am I talking about?
Talking about the Korean government bringing out their K-pop. It's like a...
No, I didn't ask what you were talking about. I asked what was I talking about.
You're assuming that Trump didn't get a deal with the Koreans, and I...
No, that's not even what I said in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. I thought that's what you said. That
Nope.
you took credit for a
Nope.
deal that didn't happen.
No, it's actually, I was referring to the SMA.
Is that the China-India...
Nope. It's the Special Measures Agreement.
Okay, well, I still think K-pop played a part in this, the whole negotiating falling apart. That's the source I got.
Gotcha. So what you're telling me is if I go back and watch this, that somehow there was a K-pop band in the Oval Office, huh? I know, that's a pretty good one, Queen.
Bring their, he might have brought something along that I wasn't aware of, but we'll put that in the lie department. Yeah, that was a total lie. I agree with you.
Oh, what that? So
Put that on the ledger.
What are we agreeing that was a lie?
That he didn't get the agreement that he said he had, and you thought it was close. Sometimes it's just like saying it's like in sports. You say, well, we're on the precipice of championship. You don't win the championship. Well, you're trying to motivate your team.
Do you think it was really important for Donald Trump to post not once but twice today that the NFL changed their kickoff procedure and it's a really bad thing, and boo the NFL but yay college football?
No, I actually like the kickoff thing. So if Trump's on that, I'm totally vehemently against that, because now they're actually returning kicks this year, which is actually pretty exciting.
Yeah, he was actually it's actually funny. I made a post about it today because I thought it was pretty hilarious that The President of the United States thinks it's so important to talk about how a football teams do kickoffs on their official games that he made not one but two True Social posts about it. 20
Well, you
minutes
never
apart.
know. He might be gambling up in the Oval Office too. He might have not covered a spread
Oh,
because of, a muff punt or something, muff kickoff. It's
gotcha. So,
entirely possible.
what province of Canada are you from?
I'm from the Great White North, called Wisconsin.
Okay. All right, man. I hope you were having fun trolling a little bit.
No, except
I don't know if you were real. It was weird. Anyways, Jaden, sure, if that's what you want. If you outwardly want a dictatorship, you do you, Pookie Pie. I don't. Don't wish that upon me. And then consulting, yes. It's not propaganda. The phone number is real. I know this is hard for people to understand, but when I'm actually on the phone with another person, I turn the phone on Do Not Disturb so that we're not constantly hearing the beep beep every 2 seconds. Because I have over 20,000 missed calls. I don't think you understand. Like, it's a lot. Okay. But we'll open them back up for you. Maybe you can get your call in. I don't know. But thank you for the $2, guys. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I already have a Riley.
Sorry, I can't hear you over my own voice in the background.
That's okay, I stopped it.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm almost 40.
You're almost 40. Okay. And are you still supporting Trump?
I guess so. Who's the other person to support?
You don't have to support anybody like I don't. See, when we have a whole administration and Congress, they're all Republicans, right? Or at least they're all loyalists to Trump. Or they're acting like it at least. And I personally don't support the Trump administration. So I have the choice to support the Trump administration or to not support them. I choose to not support them. So, since you are in support of the Trump administration and specifically Donald Trump, are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you actively in his current administration?
I just called because this said MAGA support hotline. What type of support do you have for MAGA?
Yes, I'm trying to get you to come to the acceptance of Donald Trump actively lying to you.
Okay, that's fine. Doesn't everyone lie here and there or something?
What do you get out of saying that, mind you?
Well, there's, like, who doesn't lie?
So what do you get out of saying who doesn't lie?
Like, aren't you guilty of lying?
When I ask you if Donald Trump has been lying to you and you respond with, doesn't everybody? What does that do for you?
It's normal.
It's normal?
Lie.
Okay,
Yeah,
so when I'm asking you specifically about Donald Trump and him lying because he is the active president and he is someone that you agree that you actively support, and now you are attempting to normalize it with deflecting and saying that everybody lies. So it's okay that he lies because everybody lies. Is that right?
No, which president didn't lie? Hasn't Biden and Kamala been lying? Don't they all lie? What's the difference?
Oh, well, Kamala Harris was never president, so that's an odd take. So I can't say that there was any president. I can't say that there was any president that didn't lie. But I don't understand why everybody thinks that that's an excuse to allow Donald Trump to tell lies that are actually harmful to the American people.
We couldn't stop the lies Biden did. We couldn't stop the lies Hillary or
and what? So let's try this. Let's try this. Calm down. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. So let's try this. What is a lie? What is a lie that Biden told you? What is a lie that Biden told you that was harmful to the American people?
I guess we could Google it. There was plenty of lies supposedly. He said he was going to I don't know, bring the troops home. He said he wasn't going to, I don't know, make our border unsecure. He said he was going to focus, I guess, on us. but he focused on other countries besides us. He said he was going to make the money come to the people or to the homeless, and it goes to other countries. He says there's plenty of lies. I'm pretty sure if we look it up, there's probably thousands of lies.
Yeah, none of that is actually things that he said or that he promised to do. So, how about when Donald Trump said that there would be no cuts to Social Security or Medicaid and Medicare?
But I thought there's no tax on tips in Las Vegas, like he said. I thought there's a plenty of stuff
In
that
Las
he actually
Vegas?
did.
That's odd. No, I'm not talking about the stuff that he did. I'm talking about the lies that he told that are inherently harmful to people.
Okay, so what's so harmful that he said?
Yeah, I just told you. Were you listening?
Well, refreshing my memory, it didn't sound like it was harmful. Say it again. What did he say that's so harmful?
He told the American people that there were going to be no cuts to Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, EBT benefits. And yet, within H.R. 1, aka the One Big Beautiful Bill, there are those cuts to those programs.
Well, we should look into it. I'm pretty sure there's a reason.
Oh, we should
for
look
everything.
into it.
Of course.
Oh, so just because there's a reason to everything, it's okay. It's okay for 10 to 17 million people, individuals within our country, including children, to lose their health insurance.
I'm pretty sure it was worse with Biden. I'm pretty sure it was worse with Obama.
Worser isn't a word, sir.
Well, whatever, it's fine. I know you understand what I'm saying, though.
I don't, if you're not using correct English.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, so you don't understand what I'm saying then?
No, not when you're using incorrect English.
You feel me? I guess other people would understand.
I don't feel you. You would have to be in person.
Exactly.
I actually do feel my own skin. Like, I feel this.
The lingual. You're like,
how old did you say you were again?
You're in a different world.
How old did you say you were again?
You got your panties in a bunch. Go
how old did you say you were in again?
You have that Trump derangement syndrome. And
how old did you say you were in again? How old are you again?
It's okay if you don't like Charlie Kirk.
How old are you again?
Okay, we like Charlie Kirk.
How old? Were you the person who said that you're almost 40? No, that was the last guy. Got it. This is a very weird one. This is a very odd one.
Yeah, you're obviously not a Christian.
Oh, goodness. Oh, and by the way, guys, I didn't know that Gatorade was now cranberry juice. That's a new one to learn today. It's very interesting. Oh, wow. 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 Oh, you said you were 42 years old, and you're saying that I don't understand the young lingo? Sir, you're older than me. You're significantly older than me. This is so odd. He's not even engaging in anything. He's just going off. Wow. Are you, sir, I think you didn't take your medication today. Oh, there's the awkward. There's the awkward laugh. Yeah. I wish it was. It was a voicemail, Xennial. I wish it was. This is now cranberry juice? I just want to be clear. This is now cranberry juice? This is now cranberry juice? Oh, now I gotta drop you. You can't say those words. I didn't know that Gatorade is now cranberry juice. It's blue. Isn't cranberry juice red? I don't know what his beef was with cranberry juice, but he seemed to be quite obsessed with individual sexuality, though. That's quite weird. Yes, Freedom. In fact, he was very emotional, and I mean, I'm the one that was emotional, but I kept the same tonal inflection the entire time. Goodness me, like, what did I say that set him off so much? Woof. Thank you, though, Freedom, for the $9.99. Guys, really quick, 1 second, Tiki-Talkie. If you're over on Twitch, we have bits that you can send. Also, you can become a subscriber. If you're over on YouTube, we have memberships and super chats available. If you become a new member, I do put it up on the screen since we're up and going. Everything's up and running now. And if you send a super chat, that also goes up on the screen. It might take me a moment. It might be after the phone call for me to address it, but I will address it. And if we're over here on Tiki Talkie, guys, we do have subscriptions available. We do have gifts available at any time. We have this fun little tiny gift goal going on. If you guys want to help complete that, that's great. Also, there are 600 people in here. I know that out of 600 people, we can get another 25 new followers. Also, you guys should be tapping the screen. Why are we not at 50,000 likes yet? And we have 600 people in here. Come on now. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 40 years old. How about yourself?
40. I'm 30. And are you still supporting Trump?
Of course I support Trump.
You are. Okay. Awesome. So are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you in his current administration?
No. Can you explain more?
Can I? Sure. Would you like me to do international or national affairs?
Let's go with national.
National. Okay. How about no tax on Social Security? He said that was in the one big beautiful bill, but it wasn't.
So what is in there?
What is in there? Well, not no tax on Social Security.
Are there any tax deductions when you pay your Social Security next year? No, there's none? That's strange. Interesting. Okay, what else isn't in there?
Thank you, Nick, for gifting a membership. Well, I just need to make sure that. Can you just acknowledge really quickly that Donald Trump lied about no tax on Social Security?
Well, I think you're actually lying to the audience.
So what page is it on? Out of the 330 pages, what page can I find it on of HR 1?
Sure, it's on page 218.
Congress.gov, 218, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Oh no, I need you to give me the results for page 218. Interesting. There's nothing on page 218 that has the word Social Security with it.
Oh, I think you need to make your font size a bit smaller. Maybe your 218 is different than my 218.
No, sir. I'm talking about the 331 page bill that was signed into law.
Right. So just zoom out a little bit.
I don't have to zoom out. It's not about zooming out, sir. It doesn't make the font.
It
doesn't make the pages.
It'll make your font size a bit smaller. And make.
So it's not on page 218.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We may have differing font sizes.
That's not how that works on a PDF file.
Well, I'm just recommending a quick fix, a temporary
That's not how it works on a PDF file. A PDF file is the same on every computer.
Well, you're the Democrat, so you're the PDF file.
Oh, I'm not a Democrat.
Oh, what are you?
I'm an unaffiliated voter.
You're an unaffiliated voter. Who did you vote
am.
for in the last election?
Can you tell me something real quick? I'm happy to answer you, but I just want to answer you. No, I'm happy to answer it. Does voting for one party or another make you associated completely with that party?
Well, no. Well, that's one part of my question. I was going to ask you who you voted for before that, and then before that, and we'll see if there's some sort of pattern.
Have you ever heard of Gregory Murphy or Tom Tillis?
Hold on. Stop
Have you ever
questions.
heard of? No, this is an important question. Have you ever heard of Gregory Murphy?
You would answer my question after I answered.
Yes, I voted for Harris. Now, have you heard of Gregory Murphy? Have you heard of Gregory Murphy or Tom Tillis?
Now, did you vote for Joe Biden?
No, sir. Okay. No one can hear you now unless you answer my direct question. Have you heard of Gregory Murphy or Tom Tillis? Yes or no?
No, were they on the ticket in 2024?
Oh, Tom Tillis wasn't because he was elected into office as a Republican in Congress in 2020, who I voted for in 2020. Gregory Murphy was, though, because he's a Republican in the House of Representatives. And as we know, they get reelected every 2 years. So, yes, indeed, sir.
So you voted for
Awesome.
Republicans?
Yes, sir. And
So
I
who'd
also
you vote
voted for a
president in
Democrat. Oh my
2020?
God. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this so crazy how someone can be unaffiliated and vote for both parties? Isn't that
Yeah, yeah.
just totally
Well, who'd you
wackadoodle?
vote for
I
in
just couldn't
2020?
believe it. It's so crazy. Wow.
Who'd you vote
It's
for in
so
2020?
crazy to me, guys, that somebody
I
can
think I
vote
think
both
I know the
ways.
answer. I think I could derive the answer from that.
Yeah.
That little tangent you went on, the little cross shot you just
So
had.
just because I voted for Joe Biden in 2020, but also voted for Gregory
Now
Murphy and Tom Tillis in 2020 as well. Hey, sir,
Who'd you vote for in
are you
2016?
okay? Are you
Oh,
like
I'm doing
I'm
fantastic.
trying this again. So if I voted for Joe Biden, who yes was a registered Democrat, but I also voted for Tom Tillis and Gregory Murphy in
And who'd you vote
2020 as
for in
well.
2016?
Oh goodness, am I ever going to be able to finish a question?
Sure, after you answer my question.
No, so I thought we were doing you ask a question, I ask a question. So now
Yeah,
I'm
but you
trying to
didn't
ask
answer my
mine.
question.
No,
I had to ask
I
it
already did
30 times.
answer your one question, and then you haven't
Oh, there
answered
you go.
my follow-up question.
I answered plenty
So
of
you're not
questions.
able to? Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't think I'll try. Guys over on TikTok, stop tagging the account that's on the panel because it's just me. It's just me, guys. It's just me. Yeah. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
38.
You're 38. Awesome. And are you supporting Trump?
Yes.
You are. Okay. And so let's see here. Are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
Yes, somewhat.
Somewhat? Can you name me 3 lies that he's told in his current administration?
Well, he's not fully, I think, going with his, like, closing the borders.
Can you speak up a little
know
bit?
that.
It's a little hard for me to hear you, which means I know it's hard for everyone to hear you. Oh, or just hang up. Okay. We'll take another caller. No, Ty just wouldn't hang up when I asked him to speak up more. He would just literally start yelling. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
30.
30. And are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah, I would say so.
And are you willing and able to admit today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you in his current administration?
Yeah, I believe he lies about several things.
Okay. Can you give me 3 lies?
Do. For one, and the one big one that I guess think about often is still taking foreign interests to mind when making decisions.
Can you elaborate on that one?
Yeah, so like with Israel, with Ukraine, with the Congo, as you were mentioning earlier, which is a proxy war from China. I just think that we shouldn't be involved with these things at all. I think that we should be spending and allocating our funds to our homeland.
Cool. Okay. So we're talking about Israel. So at this point, are you aware that the United States, with how much we fund Israel, we basically pay for their social programs like their universal health care?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. So what's 2 more lies?
That's gonna be the main one. But I heard you talking earlier about wanting someone to explain what lies Biden was saying, and you said that he didn't say that
there was a
gonna have an
qualifier
open
that I put there. What was the qualifier that I put there? There was a specific word that I used when I was asking about Biden and his lies. Do you know what word it was?
I do not.
You don't know. Gotcha. And just to be clear, I'm not the one that brought up any of the points. It was another person that did. It wasn't me. So I specifically asked, what lies did Biden tell that were harmful to the American people?
Yes.
Yes.
I do remember that, yes.
Okay.
And when he said that we were not going to have an open border,
and when did he say that? Can I find that quote? Can I find that? Where can I find that quote?
It's in his third debate.
Third debate. Joe Biden said we're not going to have an open border.
And then the border czar Kamala said it many a times, said that we do not have a crisis at the border. The border is secure.
Oh, and are you aware that Customs and Border Protection, the people that man the border, they themselves said that we did not have an open border? Are you not aware of that? That they said it in 2024, 2023, 2022, and 2021? This is reported on with BBC, Newsweek, Al Jazeera, Reuters, Politico.
That would have been a very cherry-picked
it would have been a very cherry-picked interview. Interesting. No, because I don't think you understand that the Customs and Border Protection. What exactly is it that they keep track of on their website? Hey, Ryan.
Would you argue that 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants cross the border in caravans?
No, incorrect.
During the Biden administration.
So again, let's be very clear. CBP is also addressed. CBP and DHS have also clearly addressed these accusations of caravans crossing the border, and they've been very clear that while they are aware of caravans making the journey to the American border, southern border, giddy up, they've always dispersed prior to making it to our southern border with Mexico. Have always dispersed. This has always been the case. Okay.
So you're saying.
So now, can you tell me what exactly? Where can I find? No, the caravans themselves break up because it would be almost impossible for the caravans to make it across the southern border without being intercepted by CBP or National Guard or the Mexican military on their side of the border. And giddy up, I know that was late. Sorry, Emily. So now, can you try to tell me what is it exactly that CBP, Customs and Border Protection, keeps a track of on their website?
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What'd you say?
What exactly does Customs and Border Protection keep track of on their website? Do they keep track of crossings?
Are you... I mean, they do, obviously.
Oh, where? Where can I find that number? Can you tell me where I can find that number?
There were
let me see. Does Customs and Border Protection keep track of border
They don't keep up with how many people.
Oh, and how does DHS and then how does DHS and CBP keep track? How do they define encounters? Do you know?
By making contact.
No, there's actually a very specific definition to encounters.
Okay, well, so just because you're prepared with a computer in front of you that you know the exact term,
it's also just because I've researched it, but I want to go ahead and read it to everybody just for the sake of reading it, because people have an inherent misunderstanding of what a border encounter is and what it actually means. So I am going to go ahead and put it up on the screen for everybody, and just to show that I am on DHS's website, we're going to go ahead and go all the way up to the top. Home Office of Homeland Security Statistics. This is their glossary. Now we're just going to drop back down to the E's. All right, encounters is the sum of U.S. Border Patrol Title 8 apprehensions, Office of Field Operations Title 8 inadmissibles, and aliens processed for expulsions under Title 42 authority by USBP or OFO, the Office of Field Operations, right? And then if we look at enforcement encounter, it's because that's a second definition, okay? A U.S. Border Patrol encounter or an Office of Field Operations encounter with the disposition other than those defined as administrative encounters, including all encounters resulting in expulsion pursuant to Center Disease Control Title 42 Public Health Order. So that one, enforcement encounter, is very specific to when we were under C-19 and under Title 42, which was ended by the United States Supreme Court on May 11, 2023. Sorry, I have random dates in my head that I just keep track of. So now when we actually look at what the actual definition of encounter is, when you're talking about the 8.4 million, and I understand you had your number wrong, 8.4 million border encounters that were kept track of on CBP's website from October 2020 through September 30th of 2024, because the government's fiscal year is not by the calendar year, so we have to go based off of the fiscal year. It was 8.4 million border encounters during that time. That means that 8.4 million people were rejected.
Okay, so
do you understand that? Yes or no?
So do you think that
do you understand that? Yes or no?
I do. I completely understand.
Awesome. So can you admit that you lied or you were being at least misleading?
Are you going to let me explain?
All right. Can you admit that you lied or that you were being misleading?
Okay. Are you taking into account asylum, and are you taking into account the millions of people
I'm taking into account the definition of encounters. So since we know that, guess what? CBP and DHS do not keep track of crossings. We have to go based off of what they actually keep track of, which is encounters, apprehensions, and deportations. So now when we look at again from encounters,
has a ratio that they use to determine how many encounters they use a ratio.
So from what you understand, where can I find that?
They use a ratio to determine how many encounters versus how many they were missed.
Oh, they have some mythical ratio that I've never heard of. That's very interesting. Where can I find this mythical ratio that I've never heard of?
Find it on their website.
I mean, I am on Department of Homeland Security's website, so I would love to find this mythical ratio that I've never heard of before. So can you point me in that direction? It's not me being magical. It's just asking you to cite your source or back up your claim here.
Well,
are you able to do that?
While I get that source for you, how about you explain the asylum?
Asylum, cool. 8 U.S. Code 1158. It's a legal process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how many were granted asylum during Biden's administration?
Oh, plenty of people. I don't know the exact number. Are you now
the
saying
exact number of encounters? I would like to know how many asylum.
Because that's a normal conversation that I have because people like you aren't educated enough to know what an encounter is.
Because I don't know the definition of encounter.
I mean, this has been a hot topic since Donald Trump first said that he was going to rerun for presidency in 2023. So I would imagine since 2023, somebody would have at least done their research, but apparently not you.
Would you say that illegal crossings have decreased since Trump took
It's an unquantifiable number, sir. Illegal border crossings are unquantifiable.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say that? Because there's no way to know. That's why they're called illegal, because we don't know that they encountered here. They came through unauthorized, right? They came in through a non-port of entry. So since they are in fact undocumented immigrants, we don't know where they crossed throughout the southern border. It's an unquantifiable number. We have no way to keep track of it.
So would you say that there's less open points of entry at the southern border now versus Biden's administration?
No, still wouldn't say that either.
You're awesome.
So you're setting the claim that Trump has not sealed off the border at all. Would you say that during Biden's administration
impossible.
that the border was too easy to cross?
No, sir. See, I think people have a holistically misunderstanding. So when I see that there was 8.4 million border encounters during one administration, what that tells me is a couple things, but primarily that Customs and Border Protection was doing their job. And so therefore they were able to stop all of these individuals, because this includes non-port of entries, right? So this is including people that attempted to cross the border through illegal means, right, through a non-port of entry. And so again, what this tells me is that Customs and Border Protection was actually doing their job, and also was probably well assisted by because we had National Guard members out there during the Biden administration as well, but also assisted by the Mexican government and their military armed forces that were on the other side of the border, which they had more military armed forces from the Mexican government on the southern border on the Mexican side under the Biden administration than what he got them to agree to with the Trump administration.
I believe that's a lie, but I don't have a way to look up the statistics, so I can't argue it.
The Biden administration agreed with the Mexican government to have 15,000 Mexican military at the southern border, whereas Donald Trump only negotiated for 10,000.
So would you say that the Mexican military is better at border control than our guys are?
No, I wasn't saying that. I literally just said that they both did their job. That's exactly what it means when we have Customs and Border Protection encountering all of these people, is that CBP and DHS and the National Guard were all doing their jobs. How interesting.
You still haven't addressed asylum, because during the Biden
asylum is a legal process.
During the Biden administration, it was notoriously known. All of the Border Patrol was given interviews that they were directed.
Yeah,
that
they're required to.
Said the word asylum. That if someone said the word asylum, they got their information, set a court date, and released them into the country.
Yeah, they're required to do so.
Today, they are apprehended. They are kept until that court date, and they determine whether or not they are available for asylum.
Gotcha.
That's where the
right, and I would argue that that's inhumane.
Alcatraz. Well, that might be an argument, but you're arguing that the border was
Are you not aware
or...
that CBP officers give a credible fear hearing when somebody makes a claim for asylum? And out of that, under the Biden administration, we saw that it was a 61% rejection rate, which means only 39% of them were actually granted asylum. See, this is another statistic that I keep in my head because individuals such as yourself don't actually know enough about asylum or the claim that they make. And you've already proven that by the fact that you're not aware that CBP is required already to give a credible fear hearing when somebody wants to make a claim for asylum when they're stopped at a border, or even through a non-port of entry, because that's allowed within the asylum law, U.S. Code 1158.
So the dozens of Border Patrol agents that Candace Owens interviewed that all said that if
yeah, no.
Okay, so are you saying
we're not doing that? Yeah. Such an interesting one. Candace Owens is also a known liar that knowingly tells lies, that she's been fact-checked multiple times on many different things. I encourage everybody to fact-check everything that I'm saying and then make their own points of claims, where she just says that she is the arbiter of all that is truth, right? And also Candace Owens, using Candace Owens as your point of proof is just so interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. So wait, hold on. How many? Can you help me out real quick? How many new miles of border wall did Trump build under his administration?
Once again, I don't know the exact number of feet.
Okay. Do you happen to know how many miles of border we have with Mexico?
A lot. I would say somewhere around 1,500.
More than that, actually. It's 1,943. And Donald Trump only built 52 miles of new border wall. He did repair 449 miles of border wall that was already built under the previous administrations. So when you're talking about, we saw this on video that they were constructing this wall, we don't know for a fact if it was
constructing the wall. First off, I said under the Biden administration, she interviewed dozens of Border Patrol agents and they were all saying the same thing, that they have direct orders from their chain of command that if someone says the word asylum, they take their name, whatever name they give them, even if they don't have an ID, whatever name they say, they write the name down.
Cool. Where's the memo?
Hand them a piece of paper.
Where's the memo that I can find that proves this to be a fact?
I mean, you're going to have to be a journalist.
Where's the memo that I can find? Oh, I don't have to. It's already been proven to be incorrect and lying, right? So, see, here's the things that I love about people. Yeah, this has already been proven to be a lie. So, like, people don't realize that there are individuals such as yourself that make these claims on a daily basis, especially to me. Border is literally all you all know how to talk about when people call into my stream. It's the thing I hear every single day, and people love to talk about it and talk my ear off about it for at least an hour and a half of my entire stream, because that's all you guys have. That's all you guys know. And so when people do this, when people do this, I'm able to research everything, and I happen to retain the knowledge. So there is actually no memo that said that. The only memo that was actually put out that people could reference from the Department of Homeland Security, Director, Secretary of Homeland Security under Biden, right, who is Mayorkas, because people forget that that was his name, it was Mayorkas, right, that he put out, is that was a different priority when they were doing deportations, where their priority under the C-19 time, when Title 42 was in effect, for specific deportations from picking up people within the country by ICE, right? So ICE's direct orders were to focus on individuals that have been convicted of crimes, and those were the people that they were focused on deporting out of this country because they were known and they could be found. And since we were under a nationwide global pandemic, it was the safest thing for our ICE agents at the time. Yeah.
I farm for a living. So you want to say that I don't know about what's going on at the border because I'm uneducated, I might be a random person.
No, you just didn't do any of research. So, like, you see how I encouraged everybody? I encouraged everybody. Anecdotal? Okay. I'm going to help you out with something. And I know this is going to be hard for you to hear, okay? I would encourage you at any point in time to just do a simple Google search. Are anecdotal stories evidence? And the point of it is, the answer is no. Anecdotal stories are not evidence because they are not provable. And so what you did is you relied on Candace Owens telling you one thing. You didn't ever do any research or look it up at any other point in time. So you just relied on her saying something, whereas the difference is here is I've encouraged every single one of all of my viewers across all of my platforms that I'm streaming on to, in fact check me at any point in time. You seem to have done this under the Biden administration. I assume this interview probably occurred in 2023 or early 2024. I don't know. If it occurred sooner than that, then shame on you for having never fact-checked it, right? But everything's been fact-checked and debunked. And yes, Candace Owens has also walked back a lot of the things that she said. And if you're going to start on your anecdotal story, I'm not listening to it because the fact that it's not fact-checkable is inherently the problem, and that's why it's called anecdotal.
Okay, well, millions of other Americans have the same experience as me, where we have...
Boring. Itano, is there a way to flag returning callers as rational/cooperative to give them preference in order to dissuade the obnoxious talk over inclined? So I do save some of the callers, but if I don't save them like as soon as they call in and it refreshes, I can't ever get back to their call because of how many people call in while I'm on Do Not Disturb. So it's very rare for me to be able to save callers. I do have a few people saved that I will actually answer again. So it's just whenever they call in. And there are some people that I have saved that I don't want to answer again, and I have that marked too. So there is that.
Some of the callers.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, can you stop the stream?
Because of how many people
Do what?
Can you stop the stream in the background?
So it's.
Oh yeah, yep. Sorry.
Okay. How old are you?
Am I talking to you?
You are.
I'm about to be 30.
Okay. And are you still supporting Trump?
No, actually, I'm a liberal.
I do have a few people say.
I just got one question.
Sup?
If you're okay with that.
Yeah, ask away.
I'm wondering why, if the Democrats always had the Epstein client list, why would you not drop it to hurt Trump's feelings and make him look bad when you already had it for the past, 12 years?
They couldn't.
And I don't even think Bush, honestly, was a Republican.
I'll help you out with this, because this is why I never even talk about it. Can you please stop the stream in the background? Or turn it down?
Yeah, I got it off.
Okay. Well, it keeps playing and I can keep hearing it. Okay. So there's a couple of reasons. There was an active, ongoing investigation and trial, and then now it's still in the appeals process. So even, this is my issue with everybody asking for it, technically Donald Trump shouldn't release it either, because it could be used by Maxwell to get her case overturned and restart her trial. So, and then it'll be stuck, never being released again. Because active investigation.
But they could have released it. Our team could have released it a long time ago.
No, I gave you my answer, man.
Done all this.
It's legality.
Done and over with by now, and it would have made Trump look pretty bad. And
it's
we
legality.
Didn't release it.
That's cool. It's legality.
Yeah, no, I studied a lot.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How old are you?
37.
All right. And are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome. All right. Really quickly, if you don't mind, do you mind if I just give a quick PSA?
Not at all, ma'am.
Okay. TikTok, I'm going to mute you for half a second. Don't freak out. If you are watching me over on the portrait stream of the live on YouTube, please come back. We're going to hit a quick reset on there. Also, everybody over on the other side of YouTube, you're still there over on the regular side. Just a friendly reminder, you guys can always become a member or send a super chat. It goes up on the screen. And then everybody over on Twitch, we do have bits and everything available and a nice little bot to tell you how to get into the Discord if that's what you want to do. And over on TikTok, guys, let's get the likes up to 125,000 likes. Also, we have 90 new follows with 500 people still in here. I guarantee that there are at least 10 more people in this live right now that have not hit that follow button yet. So how about we go ahead and hit that follow button, guys? All right. And so I appreciate your patience, caller. Are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you in his current administration?
I am. I am aware that he does lie about a lot of things, yes.
Awesome. And can you tell me, thank you for the cheer. I already forgot what you're...
And you know what? I actually was just calling to let you know that I need to cancel my 4,000 subscription. Nigger.
So unhinged. It's so odd. Okay, guys, let me be clear. It is very odd. It's so interesting how TikTok trolls will come up and they'll just start screaming at me, right? They'll just start screaming that shit at me, okay? But the ones from the other sides are polite enough to let me finish and do all of that stuff. Like, you waited 3 minutes to do that? Okay, you're odd. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Hello? Hi, you've called the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
28?
Awesome. And are you supporting Trump?
No.
No? All right. Well, I hope you have a great day.
Well, I just want to say, you know, I do live in a family that does support Trump, so I don't know which side you're on of things, but all I got to say is...
That was odd. Hey, whatever you gotta do, I guess. Thank you guys for all the new follows over on TikTok. Also, let's keep tapping that screen. Mods, are you guys still in here? Do you want to... You should be able to, Golden. But if you want to help invite some Trumpies up... Oh, there you are, Parkers. Yeah, if there's anyone in the comments over on TikTok while we're waiting for the Red app to get back up and running, because I'm pretty certain that everyone over in Twitchy are all friendlies. And by the way, let me be real, guys. Twitch is being awesome today. Y'all are fantastic. I think 6 new followers is the most new followers I've had. Thank you. Oh, well, maybe we have somebody. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
You didn't let me cancel my...
Oh, cancel your subscription on your own time. Sorry about that, Timothy. Yeah, Timothy, I was just telling everyone over on Portrait to come right back. It's up and running now. But it takes a moment for it to come up. But I mean, hey guys, I can continue to talk about other things. I always love having an intermission. Aww. Yes, Coco, I do occasionally hit the mute button because it's just kind of what happens. I can't talk to all the chats. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Oh, yes, I am. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome.
I'm curious, like, because I mean, I've been watching all the other interviews and seeing how that goes. Like, I support Trump in the way of, like, he's the president and there's no alternatives, but I also understand that's kind of how he got in this situation. So I'm just kind of curious what you think is the way forward in all of this.
I mean, I think the first way forward is to acknowledge the fact that Donald Trump is lying to not only you, but the entire American people, and that not only is he lying, but his lies are also harmful to the American people. So, since you said it that way, that you support him just because he is president, if Mussolini was back and he was president of the United States, would you be supporting Mussolini just for the fact that he was elected president?
No. Yeah, I think
Awesome.
I think there's people who support the country and want what's best for the country.
You can want what's best for the country, and in my opinion, that's not Donald Trump, and so that's why I don't have to support him. Because if we had that same ideology, that we should just support whoever is in the position of power because we want what's best for them, then we would have never separated from Great Britain.
Yeah. Are you thinking like... So, I mean, speaking out against Trump is definitely good. Having the criticisms and that open dialogue is good. Are you thinking like impeachment? Are you thinking like wait out his term and then picking out like having a better... Like, do you think after it's out of people's systems, do you think...
Oh, I mean, it's going to be either way that they go about it, in my opinion. If they want to invoke the 25th Amendment at some point in time, if they want to go through an impeachment process, if we're just able to wait it out for him to leave office, then fine. I personally don't want to see the destruction that's going to be left in his wake, and that's why I'm trying at least to get as many people to be aware and then hopefully vote differently when the midterms come up.
Yeah. And I mean, upon reflection, so kind of my personal thing is I grew up in Southern California. I was kind of a conservative. I was a conservative in California and was picked on a lot in high school. But like Trump, I think appealed to the revenge, and that's not good for the country. I think a lot of people were like ticked off and irritated, and Trump was the big middle finger to people. But I think like you can't run off that. That's just going to keep this cycle going, which I can see. You know, you get political violence on both sides.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to get the dog on the bed, but she don't want to do it.
So I mean, I hope I hope people got Trump out of their system. So it's going to be Vance, as I'm guessing, is going to be the next candidate. So it's going to be Trump 2.0, and I think the question then becomes like, who's the DNC that we got? But I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's all it'll be. It'll be who we will see in the future. Like, that's not anything that we can say is going to happen right now. We don't know who's going to be running. And honestly, let me be very clear. The RNC would be really showing their hand, I guess, and I don't mean this in a good way, if they choose J.D. Vance as their candidate for 2028, because he's not a populist. People in general don't like him.
Yeah, I don't even really know much about him.
He used to be a Democrat in theory. He called Trump Shitler, and
right.
And that was just 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm a never Trump guy. He's a whole soundbite.
Yeah,
everybody remembers that. He's definitely a TikTok sound.
Yeah, most of my friends are on the political left, and I think it's good to have that discourse. So I mean, I do enjoy your channel. You're very good at like dealing with that. It's understandably frustrating, especially because I think most people are just interested in getting their sound bites out rather than, an actual discussion.
Oh, I mean, I definitely try to have these conversations. Also, Vance has changed his name 2 times.
From what?
And I don't remember what his previous names were. I mean, Nikki Haley's also changed her name, and I think Vivek also had 2. There's been a few people on the Republican side that are somehow ashamed of their heritage and have changed their name. No, not Vivek. Somebody else that's in Congress has. But I find, but hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and let you go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, have a good day.
I always find this comment interesting. It's like they forget, okay? What political violence has the right committed? Let's see. It was a Republican who burned down Josh Shapiro's home and set it on fire while they were inside. It was a Republican who killed the one senator in Minnesota and also killed her husband. It was a Republican. That's the right. It was 2 Republicans that planned their attempts on Donald Trump's life in 2024. It was a Republican who also attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband with an attempt to really kidnap and murder her, right? And that Donald Trump made fun of during the 2024 campaign. Yeah, I hope that helps. Ah! Sorry for any headphone users. It's the same guy that wanted to be a troll. I thought I trolled him back. Oh yeah, it was also a Republican that was arrested for attempting to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. I'm just gonna troll the troll back. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello? Yes. It was a Republican who shot Melissa Hortman, her husband, and her dog. Thank you, Wolfman, for the Sunday. Is that what happened, Parkers? Is that what happened, Parkers? They went nuh-uh. They always go nuh-uh. Yes, I brought up Shapiro. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 28 years old, actually.
28. Awesome. And are you still supporting Trump?
Kind of big half and half, because some of the stuff I do agree with, but some of the stuff I don't agree with, though, exactly.
Okay. And so let's try this then. Are you able to accept today that Donald Trump has actively lied to you in his current administration? Thank you, Corwin.
Yes, but less, mostly all politicians lie if you think about it.
And so when I bring up the fact that Donald Trump is actively lying to you, what do you hope to get out of saying that all politicians lie?
I think some are much more clever and persuasive on their lies than others. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Bill Clinton lie about the extramarital affair he had with Monica Lewinsky, among other things?
I guess I should try this again. When I'm asking you specifically about Donald Trump lying, what do you get out of it by bringing up Bill Clinton?
I was just.
Would you like me to explain to you what it is?
Explain what exactly?
What you're doing when you bring up Clinton or other people that are lying?
I was just merely putting an example how both parties.
It's not an example. It's actually called a deflection. And what it is you're trying to make it excusable just because somebody else has done it, it must be okay. So similarly enough, we could say, well, O.J. Simpson got away with murder, right? On trial, so Schmurder must be okay now because O.J. Simpson got away with it, even though he was held civilly liable later on. Correct? So now all Schmurder would be okay.
The matter, I was just merely using an example.
Right, and I just gave you one as well. So all Schmurder must be okay because O.J. Simpson was able to get away with it. So now all famous people should be able to get away with Schmurder, in my opinion.
But didn't he go to criminal trial and found not guilty?
Right, and then what happened afterwards? He was found civilly liable of committing murder and murdering them. So let's be clear. So he was still found civilly liable because, listen, I don't know if you actually watched the documentary that Netflix put out. It's actually a pretty good one where the defense attorneys admit that telling him, hey, they want you to try on the glove. Do not take your arthritis medication so that your hands swell up, so that the glove will not fit. You should go and watch the documentary because the attorneys were very conniving for the fact, and that was the main reason why he got away with murder. And that's why when they took it to civil court, because attorneys are stupid and don't know how to keep their mouth shut, even in a documentary, that's why he was then found later civilly liable and owed monetary value for having committed murder. So now we'll try this again. I think that all famous people, just because of O.J. Simpson and his case. No, I need you to understand that what you're doing is called a deflection, that doesn't even prove your point. And it's because you're not able to actually accept that Donald Trump is lying. So if you want to try that, tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump is told in his current administration.
Can you repeat that? Because I couldn't understand. You were just talking over me. I couldn't speak a single word about that.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told in his current administration.
He told one about immigrants, how the Haitians were eating dogs. That I don't think.
Oh, I said in his current administration, so this would have to start from January 20th, 2025, after he was inaugurated into office. Let's try that again.
I think that was his second inauguration when he said that 30 months earlier.
No, I don't think you understand. That's what he said on the campaign trail. So let's try this again. Tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has said while he's been in office.
This was not like his previous during the presidential campaign. He said it during his presidency, I believe. It has on CNN and other news outlets.
I know, right, Scoob? No. I haven't heard him say that. I actually, unfortunately, do listen to his speeches and at least read them if I miss them.
Okay.
So how about you try this again? Tell me,
Wait,
are you not able
advocating
to?
for
That was
Donald
during his
Trump or
campaign.
I'm confused here.
I'm sorry?
Are you advocating for Donald Trump or opposing him? Because it's like a MAGA support group. So is it
Yeah.
support or
This
is it?
is, yeah, my support is attempting to get everybody to the table and understand that Donald Trump is actively lying to you and help you accept the lies.
I don't. Again, like I said, I'm not trying to deflect, but it's a fact that both parties of the line do in fact lie.
Okay, so tell me 3 lies
Okay.
that Donald Trump has said after January 20th of 2025, and it's not eating the dogs and cats because that's not true. He said that during his presidential debate.
No, he didn't. He said that months early. I think approximately 4 to 5 months.
Okay, give some more. Give some more examples then. What are some
Well,
more
first
examples? I asked for
let's back up.
3.
You said during his presidential campaign that his presidency. So are you deflecting?
No, I was very clear. I said, since he's been inaugurated into office, what does inaugurated mean?
Admit into the office, so I am not a simpleton, sweetheart.
Okay, so let's try this again. Tell me, so we'll just skip past the cats and dogs, okay? Cats and dogs, cool. What are 2 other lies that Donald Trump has said since he's been inaugurated into office?
I believe his extramarital affair that he would have with Stormy Daniels, I believe, even though she signed it.
That was not after he was inaugurated to office in January 20th of 2025.
Okay. There's other ones.
What has he said in the last 8 months?
With immigration policy, I don't believe that he should
Like
criminalize
what
all
specific? No, that's not. That's your opinion. That's not a lie. That's your opinion. That's not a lie. What lie has he told?
I think just the excessive amounts of ice in it.
No, that's just something you don't like. What lie, specific lie, has Donald Trump told?
On top of my head, I would have to do further research and due diligence.
So you don't know anything that. So have you not been paying attention to anything that's been happening in the last 8 months since Donald Trump has been president?
Yes, I have been paying attention.
And you can't think of any lies whatsoever?
I just said the second one, but you said inaugurated. You said any, so I just mentioned
since he's been in office. Yeah, let's. I don't think. Oh goodness! In the last 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been in office for 8 months. So since
he said
been in office,
said something about the drug cartel and immigrants that wasn't fully truthful or not fully accurate. Because I think that if it's illegal immigrants that's committing crimes and rapists, which they are, but I don't think you should be criminalized whole generalization towards all immigrants, which I think that's personally
again,
wrong.
that's something you don't like, and that's something he's been saying since 2015.
And nevertheless, he's still saying it though too as well, and that's a lie right there.
Hector, it's called scheduling your videos, my guy.
Excuse me?
Not you. Is your name Hector? It's quite possible that your name is Hector. I'm sorry.
No, my name is Tim.
Okay.
That's my name.
All right.
Okay. What's your name? Take it.
My name is Ari.
Ari.
Thank you, Moose.
I
like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
This is interesting conversation, Ari.
I mean, if you think this is interesting, you're absolutely failing right now.
I'm an independent political party. I'm nor a Republican nor a Democrat.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like
you're
in the
still
middle.
supporting Donald Trump.
What you say? Am I supporting?
I had asked you if you were still supporting Donald Trump, and you said yes and no.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Some of the policies I do agree with. Some of this stuff I do not agree with.
But I'm not asking you about his policies. I'm specifically asking you about his lies.
And I just informed you at least 2 out of the 3 thus far.
You didn't. Again, the cats and dogs was not during his current administration. It was while he was campaigning to be president in 2024. And you've brought up a lot of disagreements that
huge.
you've had specifically about him and his immigration policy. That's not a lie. Those are just things that you don't agree with. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah, what he did is that this prominently displayed in CNN and other news outlets. He did, in fact, say that during his presidency was initially inaugurated and months later.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Look it up. Feel free. There's plenty of information about that on YouTube as well as ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is not a source.
ChatGPT is a pretty much reliable source because they have secondary resources that can verify that.
Is that why when I Googled a pretty straight answer one day sorry, not Googled, but used ChatGPT, it told me that the number was 3.8. When I actually clicked on the source, it was 3.3. I hope you realize that ChatGPT and AI Overview do tend to pull information from Reddit and Quora, which are not sources. Those are threads that people write in. ChatGPT is unreliable. You should look up, there's this lady on, on the Red app. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I gotta mute TikTok for a second. There's this lady on YouTube. I wish I could remember her name. She's also on TikTok. She's actually a doctor. And she specifically put into ChatGPT if high fructose corn syrup was in baby formula. And she's actually a nutritionist, right? She's not just an MD, she's a nutritionist. And she, in ChatGPT, said yes, that high fructose corn syrup is in baby formula. But then she said, you're wrong. I'm a nutritionist. Why would you tell people that? It's not high fructose corn syrup. It is just corn syrup that is in baby formula. And corn syrup by itself is not inherently bad for anybody. It's just the high fructose part. And ChatGPT literally replies to her saying, yes, you're right. I'm sorry that I had provided misinformation. And then she has this whole conversation with ChatGPT proving how it's wrong and it doesn't give out correct information. I encourage you to go watch that video because I feel as though you don't understand that ChatGPT is capable of not giving you correct information. That's the whole reason why Grok has been modified multiple times by Elon Musk as well.
Well, again, I don't want to say ChatGPT
and yes,
is absolutely.
That's a good point too. ChatGPT also says you should double check the info provided, and I assume that you never click on the little paper clip marks.
Or other resources to do research up online in general. So I didn't say it was the absolute.
I use a lot of different ones, but I mean, you specifically said Google and ChatGPT, which was a silly little bit there.
Like in ChatGPT 1.0.
I just want to be clear. You also did say that ChatGPT was a reliable source, especially because it provided secondary sources for you to look at, which is crazy talk.
Other source, I would specify and clarify that it is not a 100% absolute source as far as end all be all, but it's just merely another resource to do research like Google.
Okay. Well, are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you?
Yes, some of the stuff is in fact.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. And how old are you?
45.
Cool. Are you still supporting Trump?
No, I'm no longer supporting Trump. And, these people that continue to defend him, and I just listened to that last phone call. Whew. I mean, he couldn't even answer a question. At least admit it. When you make a mistake, like I made a mistake, and I voted because he said he was going to end the war, which he hasn't ended any wars.
Still going, man.
And still going strong. So at least I am man enough to admit I made a mistake. He lied to me. I believed him. I trusted him, and I was fed up with the last president that didn't act on the war. But I am man enough to admit I made a mistake. I supported the man that I knew was a liar, but I thought it was the lesser of two evils, and it turns out he's way worse. So, these people, it hurts their egos to admit they were wrong. I admit I was wrong. I supported a liar. He's never paid his taxes. He's a cheater. He cheats on his pregnant wife. Everything he says is garbage, like a big baby talking about, all the accomplishments he's had, and he hasn't done anything. And everybody that comes to him appeases him with a shiny, trophy or certificate, or nominate him for the Nobel Prize, or give him the smartest person award. He's like a big baby, and people that can't see that, they have. I mean, let's.
Yeah, no, man. Like, listen, you're not gonna find any disagreement from me. That's the whole point of this. This is like the guy was like, "Wait, do you not support Trump?" And I thought that was funny. Like, no, I don't. This is support for Trump voters to hopefully, like you, sir, get them to see the light and open their eyes and, accept the fact that, not everybody is telling the truth and we shouldn't excuse it just because somebody holds the office of president. But I am going to go ahead and let you go, man. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. And are you still supporting Trump?
I am.
Okay. And are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is actively lying to you and his current administration?
No.
No? Okay. So I guess let's try this. What is it didn't work too well when I was giving out lies specifically. So what are some things that you believe that Donald Trump has been pretty truthful on? And thank you guys for the chats.
So, is this AI, or am I speaking with someone that's actually like real right now?
No,
Like,
I'm a real person.
Filtering out callers before he gets on the hotline, like on the stream?
Nope, you're
Or-
alive.
Really?
Yep.
I'm watching the live. I don't hear myself.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a latency delay because it's better for my internet connection. Why'd you hang up? That was odd. But thank you guys for all the supers. I didn't have a chance to really go through all of that. That's odd. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah? How old are you?
Yeah. Do not disclose.
Okay. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
28.
Fantastic. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is actually lying to you and his current administration?
What is he lying to me about?
Oh, so you're not aware of any lies currently?
Well, what lies would he be?
He
give me an
ended
example.
7 wars.
When did he say he ended 7 wars?
When? Multiple times. He's been saying it since July.
We haven't been in 7. The United States haven't been in 7 wars.
But then why does Donald Trump say that he's ended 7 wars, and in fact they give him credit for not just 7, but they give him credit for 10, some wars that he hadn't even heard of before?
Who gave him credit for that?
He just said some people give him credit for it. He didn't really specify who when he was calling to Fox News to, like, talk himself up. It was a little bit odd.
Do you have proof that he actually said that, though?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Sorry, I have to pull it up on my phone because if I play it over the computer, you don't hear the sound because that is one downside of Google Voice. Okay.
I think the biggest lie is honestly the Ukraine and Russian war.
And what about it?
Well, that was his big call to action during the election, and we're getting deeper into that war and more involved in the war we shouldn't be involved in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's still funding them.
Well, actually, he's not really funding them, but he's not doing anything to remove us from the situation.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Anyway, the Jews and Palestine should both get nuked.
Holy, for fuck's sake, why are people horrible? I'm glad he hung up on his own. I was over here trying to find this video and this guy hangs up. Thank God. For fuck's sake. Is that all you came up here to say? Y'all don't want to know. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
27.
Okay. And are you still supporting Trump?
No.
No? Well, man, I appreciate that. I hope you have a good night. I didn't hear that, Helen. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello, you're live on air. Hello. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I just want to say I love everything you're doing. Fuck Donald Trump.
FTJT. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes,
Hey, I'm alive?
you are.
I just want to say something really cool. Both my parents are immigrants. I'm proud of. I'm born in California. I'm proud American. I served the United States Army for 4 years and 3 months. And I just want to let you know, this month I'm going to enlist. I'm going to ship back to the lines of the Army. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of Donald Trump. I'm proud of Charlie Craig. Dude, I'm proud of this.
I'm
America
just gonna let you
is
know
the best
this
country in
isn't
the world.
your I do charge for you to monologue, so I expect you to hit up my my Cash App or Venmo. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How old are you?
I am 24. How old are you?
30. Are you still supporting Trump?
I don't really support any politicians, and I have a list
All
of
right.
reasons why.
Well, that's fine. That's not necessary. Thanks, man. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I like Trump.
Okay. How old are you?
27.
27. Okay. And you're still supporting Trump too?
Yep.
All right. And are you willing and able to accept today that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
No, he's not lying.
He's not lying.
Nope, he's
Oh,
honest.
He's honest. Oh, goodness. We have to start from bare bones. Okay. If you don't mind, do you mind if I give a quick PSA to my live?
Sure.
Okay. All right, guys, over on TikTok, we still have over 300 people in here. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 200,000 likes. And let's go ahead and knock out this gift goal real quick. And if you're new here and you haven't hit that follow button already, what are you doing? Hit that follow button. In TikTok, I'm going to mute for a second. Over on Twitch and YouTube, Twitch, if you're new here as well, hit that follow button. You guys are definitely going off in the comments. We're almost at 10 new followers entirely for the day, so hit that follow button if you're new. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free subscription. If you're over on the YouTube side of things, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button also. We have memberships and super chats available. If you send a super chat, it does go right up on the screen, just like Eli's does. It might take me a moment, but I will address your super chat, so feel free to send one or become a member. Appreciate that. All right, and caller, so would you like me to start off with a couple of lies?
Sure.
Okay. Donald Trump says that he's ended 7 wars.
Okay.
And he hasn't.
Where is your proof?
Where is my proof? Okay. Are you familiar with Armenia and Azerbaijan?
No.
No? Or you're familiar at least that you know that they're 2 countries, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, TikTok. I forgot to unmute TikTok. My bad, guys. Okay. So Donald Trump claims, and also, can you turn down the stream in the background? Thanks, man. All right. And so you think that when Donald Trump tells you that the war is ended between Armenia and Azerbaijan, that it must be true, right?
Well, there's always going to be a war.
No.
No war's
He
ever
said
gonna
that
end.
they signed no war is ever going to end. Did we not end World War II, the World War I, a Civil War, the Revolutionary War? Did those wars not end? Are we still actively in them?
No, we're not, but we're still dealing with the side effects from them.
Oh,
Which our
this
world is
isn't
fucked. There's always going to be a war.
this isn't about side effects of the war, sir. It's the fact that it's still ongoing, right? So specifically,
There's always going to be active wars, though. There's never going to be, our world's never going to be no wars. There's always going to be an issue somewhere.
then why is Donald Trump saying that he's ended all of these and taking credit, and that he should therefore get a Nobel Peace Prize for
Donald
ending
Trump
all of
has
these
done a
wars?
lot, actually, in the last, whatever he's been doing. So, I don't know. I think Trump is probably the best president we've had, to be honest.
Okay, so you're not able to actually say anything about what I'm talking about? Oh, you hung up. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the screen for everybody so that they know that this is not over. So this is the International Crisis Group. And we have it right here. And this is as of September 5th, This is 10 days ago. Armenia and Azerbaijan have completed the text of a peace agreement, but Baku says it will not sign until Armenia removes claims on Azerbaijani territory from its constitution. Nothing has been signed. Nothing has been signed. Thanks, guys. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am, actually. Finally.
Well, awesome. And how old are you?
39.
39. And are you still supporting Trump?
I'm on the fence, to be honest with you.
Okay, so are you willing and able to accept that Donald Trump is actively lying to you in his current administration?
I think that I would say yes, but on strict, I think all politicians do lie to an extent.
Okay. So, what do you get out of saying that all politicians lie?
I think that none of them are going to be 100% sincere with you.
Okay.
None of them will actually do 100% of what they're going to say they're going to do, and that's to win votes.
Well, I'm not talking about what he campaigned on. I'm talking about his active lies while he's been president. So he's no longer trying to win votes because he can't run again. So this is no longer about winning votes. This is about his lies while he's actively been sitting in the Oval Office.
That's fair. I believe it'd probably be like 80-20%, you know. 80% honesty, 20% saying things to make sure he sounds positive. Because I do hear, as I voted for Trump, and I do hear a lot of him just say things before he even knows all the facts yet, you know, because he's like a businessman and wants to seem confident. And so I see that he'll just spew out stuff to make sure he tries to stay in a positive light in his eyes without even knowing all the facts yet.
How about saying, yeah, I can, Chris. Yeah, sorry, guys, if you can hear that. I can't help that one. So, and thank you for that, Stookies. So how about Donald Trump telling those who are on Social Security that the H.R. 1, the AKA the One Big Beautiful Bill, remove taxes on Social Security income?
Now you're asking whether or not I think that's true?
Oh, no, I'm telling you right now that that is, in fact, a lie, and I'm asking if you think that's harmful to the elderly individuals that receive Social Security.
Yeah, I think that would be harmful to the Social Security recipients.
It's nowhere within the text of H.R. 1, aka the One Big Beautiful Bill. Nowhere on the 330 pages of actual text. Yeah.
Now, I voted for Obama. I was a Democrat back in the day.
It's a bingo dob.
It wasn't too long ago. Huh?
I said that's a bingo dob. Oh, well, so really quickly, I want to explain something to somebody in the comments. Yes, the disabled individuals do receive SSDI, but SSDI is already not taxed. Sorry.
I have a feeling by the time you and I get to the point of being able to reach Social Security, our politicians are going to be screwing that thing so far over it's not going to be non-existent anymore.
I mean, elect better politicians. Democrats, sorry, Republicans typically are not the way to go because they are the ones that are routinely putting in barriers for individuals to no longer be able to receive it. They're also the ones that vote against either raising the cap on the amount of Social Security tax that's paid off of income or eliminating the cap that's there. Most people aren't even aware that if you make over $172,000 in a year, anything over $172,000 is no longer taxed for Social Security.
Were you for them, the previous administration, dipping into Social Security to give to the refugees, illegal immigrants, whatever you'd like to call them? But
no, the Social Security is actually it's called a parolee program. In the refugee program, those do have specific allotments already in place for Social Security to be paid out. It's actually in the law, in the text of the law. And Donald Trump did it too in his first administration. And also the refugees from South Africa, since a lot of them came over the age of 65 and are considered disabled to some degree, they're also receiving Social Security under their refugee status.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. And there were very specific stipulations to it. They had to be... Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just saying, like, there were very specific stipulations to it. You had to be over a certain age, which is the same age that our individuals in our country receive Social Security. Actually, they made it a little bit higher. They made it 65. And now, also you had to be... Yes.
Were those the only people that you're talking about right now? Were those the only people that were receiving money from our Social Security program?
Yep. The federal Social Security cannot be paid out to anybody that is undocumented or has no status or is not registered with the government in any way, shape, or form. You have to be documented in order to receive federal monies of any kind. It's been a law that's been in place since 1969.
Interesting.
Yep.
Now, what would you say to somebody who happens to, this time, consider myself more of a right-winger, like a Republican? I know with a lot of people who are into politics these days, it's either extreme left or extreme right, and you're the enemy no matter what. If you were somebody who were to believe in a little bit more of the Republican side of things, like in my instance, the Obama side of things, when I was in the military, I was in while Obama was president. And I agreed with a lot of what he was doing. And now I consider myself mostly a Republican nowadays, but anytime I try to talk to somebody about being Republican, it's immediate mega, like, badge that gets put on you, or it's an immediate heart right-winger or a fascist or a Nazi. How do you persuade people that you can be Republican without being all of that?
First of all, that's part of the reason why I do this call, this specific topic, is to see if someone's able to be honest with themselves and admit that he's lying. And so, for the most part, I would say that people that voted for Trump all 3 times should be called MAGA. Also, for the most part, somebody that still supports him 8 months in, seeing all of the damage that he's already wreaked on this country, if they still support them, then they would be MAGA and not just a Republican.
I'm not talking about Trump, though. You keep focusing on supporting him, and we only had 2 people to vote from this presidency, it seemed like.
No, you had 5.
Trump aside, all right, if I had 5, but where were the other 3 during the final debates?
Oh, unfortunately, I think the rules for the debates need to be inherently changed to always allow for the third-party candidates. But there's this rule in place that they have to receive a certain percentage of the vote, and then also have a certain percentage of the polls. I think it's 5% They have to be getting at least 5% in polling numbers in order to be qualified for the debates. And I think that's the thing that needs to be changed. But
That
hey, I'm
does
not
need to
over
be
the
changed,
commissions.
but I agree with you on that. See what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you on a lot of stuff you say, but I'll still get called MAGA because I enjoy having firearms. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not
I'm
a MAGA thing. People, anybody that thinks
I get
that,
called that all the time.
yeah, anyone that thinks that owning a gun is strictly a Republican thing or a far right or MAGA thing is completely misinformed. Democrats have guns all the fucking time.
Yeah, so if I were, because I support the Second Amendment. However, I do agree that there should be a little bit more background checks. I believe, because I do know how dangerous a firearm can be. I've deployed 5 times. I've seen the damage that they can do. And just anybody being able to get one, however, it's our Second Amendment right, it's still kind of nerve-wracking. I feel like, yeah, it should be your right if you are capable of doing so. But then again, it comes into play as like, yeah, can that person express their freedom of speech even though they're kind of retarded? So it's kind of like, at one point, do you take those rights away?
I do have to let you go because you said a word that TikTok doesn't like. And I encourage you to erase it from your vocabulary. It's the word that starts with R and you ended it with a T-A-R-E-D. So, or T-A-R-D-E-D. So please erase that from your vocabulary. He did. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm in my 50s.
All right.
Hi.
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
So what's the question tonight? Because I just joined. It's about if you voted and whether you supported him anymore.
Yeah. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I did when I voted for him, but I have problems because of the prices that are still high.
Yes, they're so high.
I found out about his cabinet with certain things that they took money from, and I'm not happy with that. My prices are high. Things are not getting better. And I just think it's a bunch of crap that's going on. The gas is still high. It's like went up another 20 cents, it seems. I'm in New Jersey where it's a very cheap gasoline, and it keeps going up again. And I just think it's such a bunch of BS that it's a big lie about how, things went down. No, they didn't. I went to the grocery store, my cans of soup are 30 cents higher. To go get a Whopper. Not that it's that good for me, but like if $8 for a friggin' burger at the fast food place, and now we just don't go out to eat anymore. It's really impossible right now, and I don't know how people are going to live, and I don't believe anything he says, to be quite honest with you. So there's some things that you may agree with, but I just feel that there's a lot of Christianity that's forced on us right now, and I'm not Christian, and there's just other religions that are out there that you have to acknowledge that, and it's not appropriate to push Jesus when not everybody believes in that, and I just really have gotten turned off by the whole thing. And I just want to give you a little information about Bondi. Bondi took money from a child trafficking cult called Scientology, and they traffic children, and it's a terrible thing. She covered up crimes during her attorney general tenure in Florida, and she spoke at their events, and it's very disturbing. And if he's so concerned with child trafficking and kids, he would go after these cults that harm children in the name of religion. And that's just my opinion. That's it. Nice talking to you.
Oh, of course. Thank you. That's true.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. I love seeing it when somebody has acknowledged it. Also, thank you again, Moose, for that. Yes. And someone that also acknowledges that prices are up. The number of people that come up here and tell me, no, I know the CPI says that grocery prices are up 3% month over month, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's actually crazy. Also, 1 second, Tiki-Talkie. YouTubers, I've only got like 10 minutes left. Send a couple super chats, man. We're getting a new microphone, and your super chats help. Go for it. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, and are you still supporting Trump?
Yes, I still am supporting our president.
All right. And are you willing and able to admit that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
What? Well, what's he lying about? Like, what specifically?
Would you like me to start with international affairs or national affairs?
National affairs.
Foreign countries pay for tariffs.
They do, don't they? They're the ones who, they got paid the tax, right?
No, it's actually the American importer that is paying for the tariffs that are placed on foreign countries. And that's what's driving up our CPI.
You're awesome.
What's a CPI?
Consumer Price Index.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's what measures what goods are increasing in price. The recent report was released on September 5th for our August prices, and our CPI increased to 2.9%. Just like our unemployment rate increased to 4.3%, and our overall inflation increased too.
Oh, well, yeah. It's because we're going to make deals.
No, we're not.
The prices of the tariffs are going to go down because we're going to get better deals with the countries.
Not as long as we still have tariffs on these other countries that we're actively importing goods from.
Well, it's pressure. It's the art of the deal.
It's not the art of the deal. It's not pressure, sir. So I guess people don't understand this. So if we were negotiating to hopefully bring down prices, eventually we would be taking away our tariffs on any other country, because that would be acknowledging the fact that tariffs are inherently inflationary, because the American importer has to pay to bring a foreign good into this country in order to even make their product or put their product on the shelves in America, right? And so since they have to even pay for their product to arrive within the United States of America, that's the first problem. So they have to pay for that before they can even put it on the shelf and hopefully make a profit from it. So not only is it that American importers are paying for tariffs, but we're already seeing that business bankruptcies are starting to increase within this country. And I think that's also inherently a problem, because small businesses are the backbone of America, and we're going to be losing quite a few of them if they're not able to source all of their products right here in the United States, because not everything is obtainable within the United States.
You know what? I think that might be right.
Yeah. We also lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs, and this is just in the year of 2025. And Donald Trump said that the tariffs were going to bring back manufacturing jobs to America. But we've lost 78,000. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even got like anybody coming over. I thought he said companies were already bringing factories over.
Oh, are you referring to the Hyundai battery factory in Georgia that was just recently raided?
Raided? What do you mean?
For immigration? The Hyundai plant in Georgia, is that what one you're referring to? Because that Hyundai plant was agreed to was announced in May of 2022. And they started working on it in 2022. So that plant was credit to Biden.
Like Biden set it up?
Yep. That was something that they struck under the Biden administration. Georgia's also lost billions of dollars just from the fact that Donald Trump deported 312 South Korean immigrants that were here. Some of them did overstay their visas. Okay, well, I will acknowledge that some of them did. And Manic, yes, that's something that's upcoming. But yeah, they're not willing to send anybody else back so that they can teach our workers how to make these batteries that go into the vehicles, because it's specifically for EV.
Well, other than that, I mean, there has to be some. He said it himself that companies are already. What about Apple? They said they were making the phones in Kentucky.
I can look that up, but I can also tell you that in his first administration, Apple promised $350 billion in new infrastructure manufacturing in the United States in 2018. And what he ended up doing, and the CEO ended up having Donald Trump tour a facility in 2019 and was like, yeah, this is a brand new plant now building iPads. And Donald Trump was like, yeah, iPads are now built in America. The plant had been opened and producing iPads since 2013.
So, he was.
People lie to Donald Trump on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well, you know, you've given me a lot to think about. I appreciate you being patient with me. I didn't know any of this.
Yeah. It does look like, I can't find it specifically where they're announcing this specific plant in Hardsburg. Let's see. Let's try Apple plant date. Announcement. Okay. That's the only one that's been successfully announced so far. But it's only going to create 200 new jobs. We've lost 78,000. But hey, I will give Donald Trump credit. As long as this plant opens in 2026 as they project, 100% awesome.
2026?
Yeah, it's not supposed to open until next year.
Oh. Well, I think I'm going to go think about things.
I think you should. Oh. Bye. Yes. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, so I noticed that even when I'm not talking, you guys can hear a little bit of like feedback coming through the microphone. And I want to try to avoid that, especially for everybody that listens in on headphones. I'm sure that little bit of feedback can be an annoying sound in your ears. And so I need a microphone that I can actually fine tune the settings on, and this is not one of them. It's lasted me a good while. It's lasted me for over a year, so I give it credit for that. But it just definitely I need an upgrade, because y'all can still hear stuff when I'm not talking. Yeah, I think he was actually really listening. So thank you, Tommy, for the 20, and thank you, Tim, for the 10. Thanks for chatting with me and going easy on me. Sure, man. I'm not sure which caller you were, but I do try. And so just to rehash this with you, Leo, I do plan on making some kind of queue for the call-in system. I'm trying to look at things. Oh, no, man. The microphone is coming. Tiska, thanks for the 5. We call that noise tinnitus. Oh no, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't want you guys to think it's on there. And I think that the mic used to be on the wish list. I don't remember, honestly. Thanks, Doom. It's not, but thank you. Also, guys, if you weren't here the other day, y'all should give Doom Fair a follow. He's pretty funny. All right, I think we will take one more caller. And then I do need to end here soon. Oh, we're already at 250,000 likes. Y'all are absolutely schmurdering these likes over on the TikTok streets. Of course, Leo, I'm trying. 199, that is a plan. It's not my birthday. Y'all can't hear that? Thank you. My birthday is next month. It is coming up. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
32.
All right, and are you still supporting Trump?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you able to admit that Donald Trump is lying to you in his current administration?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell me 3 lies?
I mean, I've heard several that you mentioned today on the stream, but other than that, I mean, he also said he would end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. He didn't do that. I'm pretty political, but I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat either. I voted for Trump simply because he seemed like the better choice. But I wouldn't necessarily have voted for him if I had a second time. But I wouldn't have voted for Kamala either. So, just saying. That's my kind of view. So.
Gotcha. Well, I would encourage. So, here's something. Okay. I do think that this election was a bad time to vote third party, but in general, I do endorse people to vote third party if they're not able to endorse other candidate or really like get behind them. And this was after a conversation that I had with my stepbrother, who was like, you know, back in 2020, I had the option to vote for somebody that could actually get elected or vote for my conscience and vote third party. And that's what he did in the last 2 elections. He sat out and didn't vote in 2024, which totally fine, you know. But I mean,
yeah, absolutely. That's good advice. But I honestly think that I don't know if that's even a helpful thing because, I mean, quite honestly, it's either party A or party B at this point. So even a third party vote is just like throwing away your vote.
No, it's not. So there's actually there's a lot that goes into it. So if a singular third party candidate can get 5% of the federal vote in an election, then in the next cycle they get federal they get federal money going into their thing. And then there's also a chance that they have the ability to participate in the actual presidential debates. I think that the presidential debate rules need to be changed in general because I'm sick of only seeing the 2 candidates when there are, you know, there's always at least 4 on the ballot.
Yeah, absolutely. And all just as a closing thought, I honestly think that we shouldn't be as polarized as we are, and I would
definitely
want to say that it's really they do this on purpose, and we need to not fall into the trap of hating the other side. We should be hating the corruption on both sides of the aisle. Just saying. So
I don't normally do
right
this.
Now I'm a registered Republican, but I'm more libertarian. If you can't guess.
That's fine. So, and I don't normally do this, but oh yeah, Jill Stein needs to just stop running ever again. She's never done anything outside of running for president. I don't normally do this, but I am curious. What is it? Why is it that you said you couldn't vote for Kamala Harris?
Just her history hasn't been that.
What history?
I don't know anything about her besides the fact that she didn't say much. She didn't have anything to put to her name.
She didn't.
When it came
she
to
had a
politics.
She
was a good
really?
lawyer, probably. But I mean, being a prosecution lawyer is different than running the country.
So how did Obama get elected?
I mean, I don't agree with Obama either, but he got elected because people voted for him. Honestly.
Yeah, and his history before being an Illinois senator was being an attorney.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's also why I didn't vote for Obama. But what I'm trying to say is,
And what were
even the
Trump's
history that Obama
qualifications?
had was better than Kamala's history.
Uh-huh.
In politics,
Kamala.
at least.
And what were Donald Trump's qualifications?
Like I said, I only voted for him because he seemed the better choice.
Gotcha.
Yes. Am I thinking that now? Not really. Do I have any other choices? No. Not until 4 years. But I'm not gonna.
Did you vote
just
for
follow
Trump
some
in
guy because
2020 and 2016?
I didn't vote in that year.
Which year? I named two.
2016.
Gotcha. But you voted in 2020?
Oh no, 2020 I didn't vote. I did vote in 2016.
And who did you vote for in 2016?
Trump.
Hmm. And you voted for Romney in 2012?
No,
Well, you just said you didn't vote for Obama.
I didn't vote. I didn't vote
Oh, okay.
in 2012.
Got it. Interesting. So you voted in 2016, didn't vote in 2020, and voted in 2024. Do I have your voter history right?
Basically,
So,
I just wasn't that interested in politics at that age. I guess I don't know.
then why is it that you only voted when Donald Trump was running against a woman?
Because I didn't like Hillary either.
Gotcha.
Has nothing to do with her being a woman. I didn't like her.
Did you like Joe Biden?
No, I don't like Joe Biden's policies either.
Then why didn't you vote in 2020?
Because I didn't. Like I said,
You
I
didn't like
wasn't
Obama,
interested in it.
but you didn't vote for Mitt Romney. And then January 6th and the fake elector scheme wasn't a deal breaker for you? And voting
Like
for
I
Trump
said,
again?
I wasn't interested in politics until just a few years ago. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I didn't care one way or the other. And then I don't know. Like I just decided to get more into it. And so yeah, I mean I did this research here and there. And honestly, the one thing that I don't like that both Biden and Hillary support is for life, and so they weren't. And I'm aware that's not necessarily a political issue; it's more of a moral issue, because we've made it as a society a political issue. There's no way to go around it saying it's just a moral issue because it's been made into a political issue.
No, I mean, it is a political issue when the rights of women, which make up 51% of this country, change depending on when you cross state lines.
Right. I think Trump is good by saying it should go back to the states to decide.
It's not back to the states, though. It's not back to the states. Do you know what a citizen-initiated ballot measure is?
I'm saying he said it should go back to the states. I'm not saying
Cool.
he's done that yet. But
Do you know what a citizen-initiated ballot measure is?
say again.
Do you know what a citizen-initiated ballot measure is?
No, I don't. Could you please enlighten me?
Yeah, so it's what would say that, I'm not sure what state you're in. Let's just say you're in Washington State. So if you were in Washington State, you could go out and you could say, I want to vote on women not being able to have an abortion after 12 weeks, right? And then you go throughout your neighborhood, you go throughout your counties, you get, let's say, 20,000 signatures. You submit it to your state legislator. They write up a law that then goes on your next ballot in 2026. And then you have the ability to vote on it. 24 states in this country do not have citizen-initiated ballot measures.
Okay.
So it is not returned to the people or the states because specifically in the Dobbs decision, the Supreme Court decision that overturned Roe v. Wade and Casey, it says that it's returned to the people and their elected representatives. So because it's people and not or, 24 states are technically in violation of it because they didn't allow their population to vote on it or say that they wanted to vote on it. Because it's and, it's not or. So can you tell me, I assume that you come to your belief of you're anti-abortion, and you claim it's a moral issue. Is this because of your religion?
Yes.
And what religion do you follow?
I'm a follower of Christ.
Okay. And what Bible verse supports your position that abortion is wrong?
Well, it says, "Thou shalt not kill."
So here's
murder.
what you're here's what's wrong with that statement is that you're already presupposing that abortion is considered murder within the Bible, and you're doing it from a preconceived position. So can you tell me exactly which Bible verse says that abortion is murder, and then also realize that murder is a legal term?
Abortion wasn't back then, so they wouldn't have been written about back then.
That's untrue. Explain Numbers 5 verses 11 through 31.
I will go ahead and read it real quick. I don't have it memorized, unfortunately.
Cool. Pull up the
I didn't
NIV
memorize
version.
all the Bible.
Yeah, I would encourage you to use the NIV version.
I use the old King James. It's the most accurate one.
It's actually not. Just so you're aware, and I love this when people say that King James is the most accurate. No, biblical scholars all say that NIV is the most accurate translation of the Bible nowadays, because King James literally just translated the words exactly as they were written in the exact order that they were written, not taking into context of the words. So, for example, if you look at Spanish to English, right, when you're asking somebody a question, the words are out of order from how we would say them in English. So that's why it's considered an inaccurate translation of the Bible. It's only accurate by the way that they're translating the words in the exact order that they're in, but NIV is the most accurate translation according to individuals that actually know Hebrew and that have studied ancient Greek.
Okay.
Or not Greek, but German. Right. My bad.
Okay. That's fine. I will go ahead and do some research on that myself. Actually, that's an interesting thing you brought up, but I don't think it really matters at this
It
point.
does.
But just the accuracy of it would be held in the context, and I can read both translations and see if the context is lost. But let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Yeah. I love this discussion. Actually, it's very good. You said Numbers 11:31.
Yeah, Numbers 5, 11 through 31. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, if a man's wife goes astray and is unfaithful to him, so that another man has sexual relations with her, and this is hidden from her husband, and her impurity is undetected, since there is no witness against her and she has not been caught in the act, and if feelings of jealousy overcome her husband and he suspects his wife and that she is impure, or if he is jealous and suspects her even though she is not impure, then he is to take his wife to the priest. He must also take an offering of a tenth of an epaph, of barley flour on her behalf. He must not pour olive oil on it or put incense on it, because it is a grain offering for jealousy, a reminder offering to draw attention to wrongdoing. The priest shall bring her and have her stand before the Lord. Then he shall take some holy water in a clay jar and put some dust from the tabernacle floor into the water. After the priest has had the woman stand before the Lord, he shall loosen her hair and place in her hands the reminder offering, the grain offering for jealousy, while he himself holds the bitter water that brings a curse. Then the priest shall put the woman under oath and say to her, if no other man has had sexual relations with you, and you have not gone astray and become impure while married to your husband, may this bitter water that brings a curse not harm you. But if you have gone astray while married to your husband, and you have made yourself impure by having sexual relations with a man other than your husband, here the priest is to put the woman under this curse. May the Lord cause you to become a curse among your people when he makes your womb miscarry and your abdomen swell. May this water that brings a curse enter your body so that your abdomen swell or your womb miscarries. The woman then says, amen, so it be. So be it. So this is literally a recipe of the woman being given a recipe, right? So we can say this would be considered a medical abortion, because what people don't realize is that miscarriages are considered a spontaneous abortion, but since this is actually willingly causing a miscarriage, this would not be a spontaneous abortion. This is planned. So this is, and you can actually look up biblical scholars, specifically like Dan McClellan breaks down this verse on the educational standpoint of it, and it's explaining that yes, this is God instructing preachers how to perform an abortion on women in olden times. And if this one doesn't do it enough for you, there's also Deuteronomy 21 verses 22 through 25, I believe it is.
Okay. So I should probably or I guess hold on, let me get the word here. Expound on my definition of what I believe about abortion. I believe I should have said this on the beginning, but I believe that abortion is wrong unless I should have said unless, right? Yes, this may be backpedaling, but I just didn't specify. Unless the baby is medically not going to be alive, right, when it comes out, or like it's going to be a really bad, like shortly die afterward from a rare illness, that would make it impossible for them to live a normal life, for one. And two, rape or incest. That being, I think the woman should choose whether or not to delete that person or not. I think that's one of the few exceptions that I would probably allow, just because there's arguments that say like, well, why are you like, subjecting the baby to the mom's problem, which is not necessarily the mom's problem, it's the man's problem who did that to a woman. But why would the baby have to suffer the consequence? I think, yes, there is moral gray area there, right? But I think that's the only reason that would justify, and I would hope my wife would do that. That's my personal conviction there. But there are some people, and I believe this is what you're trying to mention or reference, that believe that also falls under the women shouldn't choose there. But anything other than those severe limited, specifically the mentioning of that verse you said, right, where it's a unfaithful wife or somebody who, cheated or did this and that, right, or got raped, right? I can't say that word. I'm sorry. Raped. I didn't mean to say that out loud. For your TikTok audience, I apologize. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I believe those are the two or three main problem areas. And I think that's up for the woman to decide. If it's just like, I don't want to have the baby anymore, I don't want to have the responsibility, or I don't want to do this anymore, I think that's straight up, like, there's no reasoning behind it that justifies, like, either the baby's going to die of an illness that's rare, or be life-altering to a degree where they can't function in society or even be a normal human being, or if it's case by case like that with rape and incest and things like that. For one, incest babies also can have a high percentage of bad things genetically happening to them, so even some rare illnesses. So that's the one thing I would want to clarify there. Do you agree with that, or?
I believe that what a woman does with her body is none of my business, nor is it any of yours.
I agree. But what I'm trying to say is,
I believe that the only time when we should put a cap on it is at the point of viability, which is recognized multiple times in the Bible as called the quickening. And only at that point does God give it any kind of credence. But even then, like, that's only based off of sideways references. And I misquoted earlier. It's actually Exodus 21 verses 22 through 25 that also talk about another way. Yeah.
Okay.
So Exodus 21 verses 22 through 25. If people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, but there is no serious injury, the offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband's demand in the court allows. But if there is serious injury, you are to take life for a life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. There are other translations also within the NIV that say, instead of birth prematurely, that says causes her to miscarry. This is another incidence, and this is where biblical scholars also say that based off of this verse, God does not give moral consideration for a fetus.
Yeah, and I agree that happens sometimes where it's an accident, a tragic accident, right? And the baby either has to be aborted medically because it got hit in the stomach.
No,
right?
I don't think you're understanding
Or the
this.
woman does.
This is Exodus is giving
read it.
laws. Exodus is giving laws.
Right,
So like
right.
what they're supposed to do,
But
right?
read the first part of that law you've read about how if two men are fighting and a woman accidentally gets hit in the stomach.
It's not clear that it's an accident, right? It just says if people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman, it doesn't say accidentally, to be clear.
Well, I'm implying
If
it could be
people
it
are
could be on
fighting
purpose
and
too, but
hit a
that's
pregnant woman and she
Right.
gives birth prematurely, but there is no serious
Okay.
injury, the offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband demands and the court allows. But if there is serious injury, you are to take life for a life, also known as Talonic justice.
Yeah, and do we do that anymore? So how does that apply to Christianity? For one, that's Judaism and Old Testament. We don't. As Christians,
I love it when people bring that up. And what does it
'cause-
say when Jesus came down and he says, I come not to abolish the law, but to fulfill them, and the laws live on past me and they will never die?
He also says, a new commandment I give to you, that all you have to do is love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and love each other.
And he
basically,
also
as
still
yourself,
says
as
that
your neighbor as yourself.
the laws of the old will still live on forever past him and should always be recognized. People love to forget that part. It's literally the verse after where he says, I come not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it.
But
It's
to
always...
fulfill it, which means complete it.
No, that's not what it means. If it
Right.
was complete, then the law
That's
would
what it
be, in
means.
fact, be gone. But he says the laws continue to live on forever past his own death. So that's also
Yeah.
not true at all. So if the laws were to be completed and therefore be invalidated past that point, then they would no longer be in existence. And I think Jesus would have
I'm
said
not
that
saying they're
because
not
he's supposed to be
existing, I'm
in
just saying that
forethought.
people aren't following those laws.
Oh, they were never supposed to go away, sir. I don't think that you understand that. It's very clearly within the Bible that it says that he did not come to abolish the law, then that the law lives on past him. I encourage you to
Right.
actually look
So-
up
so
some
does the
biblical
Bible also live on
scholars.
past them?
You should also look up biblical scholars. Dan McClellan is a great one. There's also a gentleman that is on all of the apps, and his name
did
is
the Bible also
Deconstruction
live
Zone,
on
and
past
I
you?
encourage you to look at that as well. I'm just giving you hints.
Thank you.
I am not great at
Um,
this myself, but I do apparently know more about the Bible than you, and I actually listen to biblical scholars, and not just one. I listen to multiple of them who have far more
I
degrees
also
in this
do the
than
same
you.
thing.
I don't think you do,
Yeah, okay,
because if that was the case,
actually-
it sounds like you just listen to your priest, who is not a biblical
I don't
scholar.
have a priest.
Okay.
I'm not a Catholic because I don't have a priest. Anyway, so
Okay,
what
your
I'm trying to say is
pastor.
I don't have a pastor either.
Who proselytizes to you on Sunday.
Actually, I don't even go to church. I do all of it myself. So anyway, so I also listen to very many different preachers. What
Sure,
I'm trying
Dan
to-
McClellan, man. Look him up. So a fake Christian. Got it. Rabbi. Well, he said Christian, so he wouldn't have a rabbi either. Anyways. Men. Let me help you out with something. Men. I'm going to give you the best hint I can give you. If you do not agree with abortion, don't get one. If you do not agree with abortion, don't fuck a pro-choice woman. Problem solved. Yeah, all done, Parkers. Problem absolutely solved. If you don't agree with these things, don't get involved with someone that's pro-choice. If you don't agree with these things, make sure you know someone's thoughts on pro-life versus pro-choice before you get in bed with them. Or, exactly, Benita, snip, snip. Get a vasectomy. Caller was pathologically contrarian. Yes, that's a good one, Liz. I like that. Wear a helmet. That's a funny one too. All right, TikTok. Give me a second. All right. Twitch and YouTube. We're going to go ahead and end for the night. Let me make sure to check in on all the good folks. Wow. Awesome. We got 12 new followers on Twitch. I honestly think this is the is time Discord invite is timed out. Can you have a Discord invite? That's interesting. It is a valid link. I don't really know why it would be considered invalid. Let's see. Invites. Copy. Here, you have verification steps to do anyways, so there's that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end for the night. I'm way past my time. So good night over on YouTube and over on Twitchy. I put it in the chat that for people that wanted a the Discord link over in Twitchy. And